What's up, everyone? So I am doing a documentary of my life for a year, and I'm just trying to make a video a day. And I'm a little bit behind, but I'm making up a little extra videos here and there to try and catch back up. So this is going to be a summary of my third day in North Carolina. I woke up a little sore from the work the day before, but it was 7-ish. And I got up and I did my morning thing, and I was just getting ready to go out and talk to the people in camp. At 8:30, I guess they give out missions to people to go do wellness checks, to cut down trees, to do anything that needs done. Electricians, any trade, heavy equipment, anything, anybody. They are the network hub for the community, and they have a command post here to where they just keep track of all the people that need help, where they are, what exactly they need. It is so detailed. It is a great thing. They are just really doing amazing things, and I can't say enough. But they are give out missions at 8:30 in the morning, so we go find out what our mission is, and it's suited to our trades or whatever it is. And I was getting ready to go do that, but I got a text from Daniel Baymeyer. He is a friend of a lot of friends back home. I haven't had the chance to meet him yet, but he's a great guy who's coming out here to donate time. He was out here before me and had already come to this area a little bit, and we had been in contact, and he said that he was going to come up here to where I'm at, which is a blessing to these people. It's just absolutely amazing and absolutely what they need more than anything. And he is bringing a crew of guys. They're going to be cutting trees. They're tree guys, and he's got skilled tradesmen, carpenters and stuff, and they're just I don't know the guys, but they're just they got to be amazing people to be coming all the way up here and doing what they're doing. It's just an absolutely amazing community I have. And so he reached out and said, hey, what do you need? And what do you guys need up there? And if you guys haven't seen my clothing video, I brought a bunch of clothes, and I immediately realized it was a bad idea. So I said, I don't know what we need, but I'm going to go talk to the camp manager and the camp people in charge, because they have everything super detailed, and they have like a master command post where everybody just goes and reports and gets updates, and just a master list of everything that needs going on, and they update it to the minute. I mean, once you go do a job, you come back, you report, and they modify the list. It's just a really smooth operation. And so I went into the command post, and I was like, yo, guys, what's up? What do you need here? And they were like, well, we pretty much have all of our needs met. The community is a great thing. I mean, the planet, and I guess everybody donating is a great thing, but there are certain items they had that they're not being able to get. And it was power washers. They're needing power washers for like doing mold remediation and stuff like that. And so we got power washers, and then we got 7.5-inch log bolts. They're called ollies that we were needing, and we need 3 and 4 foot diameter culvert. And so he said we need that desperately, and he also said we need gas desperately, because all these homes up in the mountains are running on generators, and they don't have any power yet. And we are basically the gas depot for these people who, some of them can't, I mean, they don't have cars. Their driveways are completely blocked off and just run off the mountain. They can't even get in and out of their driveway. You have to literally, there's this lady, the job I did, I have to go across power lines to get to her stuff, and it downed power lines, just walk right over them. They aren't live or anything, but they're still the main wires, and it's crazy. And like the bridge to her house is just gone. The road is gone, and it's blasted out from the river. It's just everywhere. But the things needed most were the culvert, the 7.5-inch bolts, and the power washers. And so they also said that they needed fuel, and that they were having a hard time getting fuel, and not only getting it, but also paying for it. That they were just, the resources were tapped, and everybody's just doing everything out of pocket here. And it's just a group of us going along, and we don't have anything. It's just all donations from volunteers, and there's no government organization. There's nothing here. There's no military. It's just us, and we're it, and we're the ones trying to do it for the community. We're basically the front line, trying to hold on, and it was getting ready to be in a sticky situation. So I figured that my most helpful thing I could do would be to try and reach out and fill everybody's generators and gas tanks up on the mountain so they can keep having power. I mean, that was my thought, that's their most important thing right now. Since nobody has power, they need power essentially for everything, for food, for heat, for everything. I mean, they can't survive. It's hard to survive without power. So I immediately decided to reach out to my community. I have a fortunate community, and they are just so gracious and just loving, and it's just the most amazing community in the world. Everybody comes together and works together, and it's really a great community. And I knew how great my community was, and I've already had a lot of people that have reached out to me and tried to donate money, and I'm stubborn and I refuse to do it because I know I'll always be all right on my own. But I seen that everyone on this mountain needed help, and we were the only way to do it, and it was getting ready to be in a tight spot. So I put myself out there, and I usually don't do it, but I asked my community for donations, and I just made a big post and said, hey guys, if anybody can create a way to help, we need it, whether it be culvert and lag bolts or log bolts or pressure washers, whatever it is you could do, or money. And I gave a GoFundMe and a Venmo and said, please help out if you can. And I'm up here in the mountains, and I'm trying to do what I can, and I don't have service. There's only the Starlink at camp, and besides that, there's no service up here. It's remote. But yeah, I put a post out to my community and said, hey, would you please help out? And I gave depots around the lake. I live at Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, and I gave depots around the lake in every town to where people could go drop stuff off. I don't know what exactly is going on, what everybody has, but those are the spots and the depots. And lo and behold, I made that post at 1. It took me about 5 hours to work up this post and ask my community for help, and I put it on public forums, and the community they really just shared it so much. It's amazing and how beautiful it is. And I went, and from there I went back and shoveled some stuff by myself for an hour or so, all by myself up on the mountain, and tried to talk to her about plotting out some other ways to get all the trash and sheetrock out of there. The original plan was just to throw it out into the yard, but I have an idea to get an excavator up there so I can get my truck all the way to the door, and we can throw the sheetrock in my truck and dispose of it and not make a big mess everywhere. So anyways, I talked to her about that, and then did about an hour manual labor by myself in the dungeon down below in the mud. But after that, I'd seen earlier, I'm part of a Burnsville hub, and they had a county meeting, and somebody on the hub was saying, hey, there's a county meeting tonight. Is there going to be anybody that goes and records it? And that is what I do at home. So I figured that would be what was needed here, and that was part of the reason I came out here, was to document everything. And what better way to document everything than going to the county meeting and just seeing everything that's going on firsthand. That is the best way to document it at all. So I was just a fly on the wall, and got to record, and I recorded the whole meeting. I'll be posting that. And they talked a lot about Pensacola up here and what was going on. And even the gentleman, Brian, that runs the camp, was there at the meeting. And I didn't know, because I was like trying to verify I had the right address for him and stuff, but it ended up being the right one. And I couldn't get a hold of him all day, and nobody knew why, or I guess some people knew where he was or whatever, but I didn't know. They were just like, yeah, he's busy. They didn't specify or whatever, but he had been talking to the city officials trying to get gas up here and saying, hey, we need gas. I don't care, military, FEMA, anybody listening. So That was brought up in the meeting, and they say they're going to bring back gas, but it's one of those we got to see, because I think that he's been told that before. Regardless, I wasn't able to find him, and I still had the 250-gallon tank that I brought from home. Right before I left, 2 hours before I left home, I bought a 250-gallon tank for $100. It was food grade, and it had liquid smoke in it. And my idea was that if somebody needed water, it would have a little bit of a smoky taste, but it would still be efficient to get water. But at this point, I realized that fuel was much more important. And so I was going to donate it to the fuel situation, and I was trying to get it fueled up, but it was $800 to fill up, and I don't have any money, so I didn't have a way to fill it up. I just had the tank, and that's another reason I was trying to get a hold of Brian and couldn't get a hold of him. So lo and behold, we're both at the meeting, or at the meeting, I guess, and I look back and I see him just back there. I'm like, oh man, I've been looking for you all day. This is great. And he's like, oh yeah, cool. And I told him, how I had the tank in the back of my truck, and I'm like, hey man, this is the tank if you want to fill it up. And he's like, cool. And so we go to the gas station and we're talking, and I'm like, yeah, I reached out to my community today. I don't know if they were able to do anything. And he's like, oh, well, let me check. And he looks, and my community had donated thousands of dollars. It's a beautiful thing. And that was at like 8 o'clock tonight. And from the time of 1 to 8 o'clock, my community rounded up thousands of dollars. And in 6 hours, my community was able to fill that entire tank that I had brought from home, and multiple times. I think we got Culvert coming and other items, and it's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It is absolutely amazing. And I cannot express how much gratitude and appreciation I have for my beautiful, amazing community, and just how much we're all working together. I suggested a couple videos ago that we just kind of work to be pen pals, except with like items and stuff like that. And it ended up working, and it's just my community is really helping out here to these people that really need help. And it's a beautiful thing. And like I said, Daniel's coming out here, and he's bringing a cruise of guys, and they're just the biggest, most immense help that we need. And they're all heroes. Everybody's heroes. And anybody who has helped out or done any part in any way, shape, or form, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys, and I love you all, and I love everybody. It's a great thing. But yeah, through that, I did record the video because that's what I do. So like I said, I'm going to be posting that. And so I've come back, and it's now 1:20, and I still have a couple more videos to make. So I don't think it's technically day 3 anymore, even though it's rolled into day 4, but it's still part of the same day because I haven't slept and went to bed. Anyways, I probably do need to go to sleep eventually, but I'm not. I'm pushing through, and I'm going to do these videos and just keep working tomorrow, and I'm going to just work my heart out while I'm here and do everything I can to help these people and just keep plugging on. And I appreciate everybody so much, whether it be the people here in camp putting their hands on, busting their ass, and putting their hearts out, and just sacrificing their whole lives and families and everything they have on their life. They just put on hold and just jumped out here. And everyone from my community, and anybody who's donated, or anybody who's done anything in any way to help these people, it's a beautiful thing, and everybody coming together. And it's just, like I said, there's a lot of ugliness in the world, and they try and divide us a lot, but don't let it fool you. The humanity is beautiful, and we have a lot of love and compassion, and this is a great world with great people in it. And it doesn't matter what you believe when we just come in and work together, and it's just a beautiful thing. And I think that it hurts because it is such a tragic situation created all this, but the silver lining is you get to see the best of humanity. And I've never got to witness anything like this before. It's amazing. But yeah, so that is my story for day 3 and what I've been up to. And I'm going to be documenting this. Like I said, I do a video a day, so if you guys want to subscribe and follow along, I'd appreciate it. Love you guys. Thank you.